Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, spiritual consultant and real estate businessman. Remember, for those of you that are having spiritual problems or need counseling, you can contact me at 339-1670. Those of you who have properties to sell or looking for property to buy, you can also contact me. I want to say a special good night to you viewers of Real Talk in Trinidad and Tobago, of the Caribbean, around the globe. Those of us on our page, Real Talk with Saieed Ali, like and share our page. Those of you on YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell, and you will know when we go live. Now, viewers, it is a wonderful Thursday. Some places it was raining, some places the sun was hot, but nevertheless, it is Thursday night. It is a few minutes past 7. We are here live from Real Talk Studios, where we bring the events of the day to you, current affairs program. It doesn't matter what issue that you are having in your village, in your area, in your community, whether the councillor is not performing, you are not seeing your MPs, the drain is a problem, the water is a problem, the lights is a problem, the neighbor giving you trouble. Feel free to call in. Just remember, when you're calling in, be careful of the language that you speak, because my operator will cut you immediately. Now remember, there are kids also locked on, so be very careful with your language. I do not want you to leave a bad stain on yourself as a caller of Real Talk, because of children are also locked on. To those of you who passed concerning your SEA, special good night to you all. I hope you all get the school that was of your choice. Thank you for locking on. Thank you for making us #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. It is all because of you, the viewer. This platform has been designed for you to voice your concern, voice your opinion, highlight matters in your area, bring up the councillors. The officers in your area are rogue, police brutality, neighbor fighting, neighbor have gun, drugs, cocaine, prostitution, domestic violence, child abuse. Remember, this is your platform. Call in, highlight the matter. I will have a team investigating it. As we start our program tonight, viewers, hundreds of job-seeking citizens showed up today outside of the Tunapuna Regional Corporation seeking for a job. What you are seeing on screen is what took place today at the Tunapuna Regional Corporation. You know, a lot of people are being laid off. Some are temporary, some their contract have up, and many people are seeking employment in Trinidad. Some, it doesn't matter to them, even though they have to clean somebody's house, wash down somebody's car, spray somebody's yard. They want to make an honest dollar. They want to be employed, because that $100 or that $150 or whatever the case may be goes into their pockets, and at the end of the week, it goes to the family that they come from. You know, it's sad to know that this is the state of our country now. 1.4 million people, and hundreds of millions of dollars are being spent. And yet we have an unemployment rate so high in this little country of Trinidad. 1.4 million people. And millions, hundreds of millions of dollars are being spent. Yes. And we are still crying in poverty. The upper class people in Trinidad and Tobago is just a handful. Let's just say 5%. The other 95% in Trinidad and Tobago are seeking to better their life in some way or the other. But listen this. Leader of government business, Camille Regis Robinson, said that based on information received to her from 22 ministries, there are 6,505 vacancies in the Parliament establishment. As at March 2019, and the number of vacant contract position as at March 2019 was 6,517. In total, there are more than 13,000 vacant job positions in 22 ministries. We are talking about the government sector. Camille was also asked by Caroni East MP Dr. Tim Gopi Singh if there were any attempts by the public administration ministry to fill these vacancies. Robertson then noted that the ministry is always working with the Director of Personnel Administration to fill vacancies, and this is an ongoing process. So almost 13,000 jobs available in 22 ministries in the government sector. So my question is, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, after they come out from university and graduate from other educational facilities with bachelor's and honors and degrees, where are they going? If there are over 13,000 vacant positions in 22 ministries, where are these individuals going? And how come these 13,000 vacancies are not filled? These are my questions, and I am sure this will be the questions on thousands of people's lips and mind. 13,000 vacancies in 22 ministries. So where are all these graduates going? Where are they going? It's two things. Is that there is no job, or we are lazy. She was reporting to a question in the House Wednesday on behalf of the Minister of Public Administration.
Based on information collected by the Ministry of Public Administration from 22 ministries, A, the number of vacancies in the permanent establishment as at March 2019 was 6,505 persons, and B, the number of vacant contract positions as at March 2019 was 6,517 vacancies. The Ministry of Public Administration is always working with the DPA to fill vacancies, and this is an ongoing process.
Now, viewers, there you have it. You heard it from Camille Regis Robinson, the amount of vacancies there are in 22 ministries. Now that you know there are 13,000 vacancies in 22 ministries, I hope that 13,000 people send in their resumes and copy of their certificates of bachelor's and honors and whatever have you to fill these 13,000 vacancies. Caller, good night. Hello?
Hello, good night, Saieed. How are you doing?
All right, go right ahead.
Saieed, election coming close.
Mm-hmm.
So vacancies popping up all of in a sudden. And I would like for them to advertise all these vacancies, the qualification required for the vacancies, and make it public who are the people and when interviews are taken to fill these vacancies. Because for the last 4 years, none of these vacancies didn't exist. None of the ministries wasn't lacking in manpower to run them. All of a sudden, the last year before election, we hearing 13,000 vacancies exist. So all these people have been fired from all these ministries previously. Now they're looking to bringing their people and full them in all type of position. But we would like the public to know, to advertise these vacancies publicly and what qualifications are required to fill these vacancies. Give us a timeline, give us a deadline, and let me see how this thing plays out, because everything about this smells fishy. And we know where our fish rottens from the head. And Camille Robinson Ray just head on dropping out already, so we don't realize that.
All right, caller. Thank you, my friend. Now, Camille Regis Robinson is the leader of government business. I want you all to understand that. She is the leader of government business. So she is bringing these vacancies to the platform. And I am bringing it to you, the viewer, as I receive it. So what can I say? Do your resumes, get your qualifications, and send it up. But as soon as the qualification for these 22 ministry, as soon as I get it, I will share it with you all. Venezuela National showed up in Gulf City Mall today, filling out job application, hoping to get employment in Trinidad and Tobago. Now, as we saw in the photo, in the video just now, hundreds of people were at the regional corporation in Tinopuna seeking employment. But not only Trinidadians are seeking employment. The Venezuelans also are filling out their applications and sending it in. Now, some time ago, I had a discussion. Are we the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago? Is our job safe? Is our job safe? Is it secured? Are we going to face retrenchment because of cheap labor? Because I heard several businessmen are saying that we Trinidadians do not want to work. And I am being clear here. This is coming from their mouth. The Venezuelans are working cheaper and harder. I'm talking about businessmen who run chains of business. They are saying that to me. Saieed, the Trinidadians don't want to work. They do not want to work. These they are coming in, they are filling in the application. We are employing them because they are working harder than the Trinidadians. They are showing us that they need employment. Now, I want you to understand, I am not badgering anyone. I am stating the facts that this comes from businessmen in society today. Caller, good night.
Hello, assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum salam. Go right ahead.
All of a sudden, Trinidadians feeling threatened. They want to work now. I know a contractor guy. After years of suffering and pain from his workers that paying him $500 a day. Get rid of all his local workers and hire venues, men to work. They're reaching by this man's house 6 o'clock in the morning. And they're working from 7:30 till 11 in the night for $250 a day, which is a lot of money for them. Eh?
Yes.
Non-stop. I've seen them work. Training want $500 a day for a tradesman and $300 for a laborer. They reach to work 8 o'clock. They have to eat. They have to smoke cigarettes.
True.
They don't do all them shoppiness. They're starting to work 10.
Yes.
Right? My next point is, I've been reading the papers the day before yesterday. And no person's working for like $33,000 a month and cannot own a yacht, cannot drive a Porsche, cannot own an apartment in Woodbrook Place for $4 million. How is it possible for a minister in parliament who in power to own all these things with that small salary in five years' time?
I understand what you're saying. I ask myself the same thing, caller. Thank you for calling in. I ask myself the same thing. Very, very same thing. It's Trinidad. 5 years' time. You will have a house for 20 million. You will have Porsche park up. You will have Range Rover park up. So this is Trinidad. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, all of a sudden Trinidadians get lazy and Trinidadians don't want to work. But that is just the front these businessmen want to put out, because is that they want 10 times more than the wood that they are paying. That is the problem.
Okay.
Not that Trinidadian, because what would have been continue going on with these two Venezuelan income? You understand?
I understand.
These businessmen using the system to save on themselves, but they're just trying to set the Trinidadians up. That is what it's about.
Thank you, my friend. Marvin King of Back Street, St. James, was held on Monday afternoon after a 38mm revolver loaded with 5 rounds of ammunition was allegedly found in the driver's seat of his vehicle. Marvin was granted bail at the sum of $250,000 for the possession of firearm and ammunition. Marvin King appeared before the Port of Spain Magistrate Court and pleaded not guilty to the charge. The trial was adjourned to September 16, 2019. Caller, good night.
Hi, Saeed.
Yes, go right ahead, sir.
Good night, good night. Nice program. Here's
Thank you.
something. You know, we have a way of saying that, you know, Trini lazy, they don't like to work. I'm not pointing finger at all, right?
Okay.
Now they want to bring the Venny and say they're giving the Venny and them working hard, they're working for small money and all these things. You tell me, Mr. Saeed, take my word for granted. You see how much Venny we have in Trinidad here? Watch what will happen when they start to think. They will start to act like Trinidadian now. Later on, I don't want nobody condemn my people in my country, you know.
I understand.
And say we lazy and all this. No. We build this country.
True.
These people come in here to inherit from we country. You understand? I don't like how people have been saying, boy, yes, we have.
Yes.
We have some people really lazy. But it have people, I see people mixing cement, I see people doing all kind of things in hot sun.
Yes.
Said, you see this talk where they're bringing about these Venezuelans working cheap money and they're working very hard. That's only the start. When they start to get accustomed and they start to read out the country,
Yes.
brother, you wouldn't believe to see the same many people in July 2019, how they're acting. They're going to condemn everybody down here and they're going to play boss. You see, the aims come here and one good and they start killing and thieving and doing all kind of things. See? Come on, Trini people, all get up. Get up and let me try and hold back these people a little bit. Mr. Saeed, thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, my friend. Why are we not seeing mass deportation of illegal immigrants in Trinidad and Tobago, which you and I, and it have been labeled all over the media, printed press, television, Facebook, of illegal immigrants. But yet, no mass deportation. This is a little something for you all to think of, and a little something for the Ministry of National Security and the Immigration to think about. Because if nobody ain't talking about it, I will talk about it. Caller, good night.
Good night to you, sir.
To you also, my friend. Go right ahead.
And thanks for taking my call and wonderful program as usual.
Thank you.
And I keep telling you, my friend, that is this country today, that the way how this administration is running this country, especially the Prime Minister, I see him flying out again. And that is the same Prime Minister who tell the country in 2015 he wouldn't be flying out like how the PP government Prime Minister fly out.
I remember that.
He's the same man that told no and tell the people that everything what the PP government do, he would not do. And that man do it 10 times worse. And I said, it's a fellow I call Mr. Hines. And I said, Hines, that stool, a football. Up to now, that man in the ministry. And I stand to run. Because you know why? He's a lawyer, he never win a case. And I stand, you open a pool up in Lavantil. When Hines called Munilal and them and the UNC, they are a bunch of thieves. And I stand in Parliament. They didn't tell Hines to apologize, you know. They didn't tell Hines them things. And I stand, they call him and people are thieves. Like if you see the PP administration, ministers and them, that you see them Franco, when you call them thieves. Today, Munilal told no and call him a name. And I stand, and he said George want them to apologize.
Yes.
And I stand, and that's the kind of oppress that's taking place in our country, my friend.
It is not a coincidence.
While the people are suffering, you understand, we have Venezuelans coming in our country, seeking to get a little refuge, a little job and so forth. Taking away the bread from the people in your country and make it begin us home. You understand?
I understand.
And today, you have your own people line up, begging for work. You have a company down in South there, you understand? Send home people again today. With the same retrenchment, but it must never happen. And today, Jennifer Baptiste, famous, who's sitting quiet as a person who was in the bosom of the union today, what's happening? The teachers who were teaching, the children asking for increase, you understand?
Yes.
Up to now, they're taking on the people. The people today, the cost of living gone so high, you understand? And today, what happened? Camille Robinson Regis, and the same lady who went and deposit money in her account, you understand, cannot be accounted for. She can't get an explanation. You understand? You know, she reminds me of what they call Max Nichols, they call him, the senior judge. You understand? The Pandey. You understand? He said he stand up and he line up in the bank, go on to deposit a check, and when he don't deposit the check, he realize where you get that money from. You understand? Today, all the things happening while people is trying to create other party and build other party and trying to make everybody want to be leader and not studying the well-being of our country. And the enemy of this country today is that PNM administration who do nothing and is corrupted to the bone and is helping the whole family and friend, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in, my friend. Now, viewers, I want you to understand that the comments and the views are of the individuals of Trinidad, and that is how they feel. Now, there is a right to freedom. There is a right to expression of freedom. And nobody cannot take that away from you. So, this platform was designed for the viewers to voice their concern and their opinion, as long as they do not cross the line with any vulgar language. This is the platform for you. Caller, good night.
And a very, very good evening again to you, Mr. Saeed.
Same to you, my friend.
About a week and a half ago, during the debate in Parliament with the immigration bill, the Attorney General, Mr. Saieed Ali, said it is on the Hansard and it is on the electronically recorded setup. He said that he know who are the owners of the boats that was bringing in the illegal immigrants. And we're not talking about the one who come into the legal entry, the legal ports. He know who are the owners of the boat. He know the houses where they were staying. He know the transport that was moving them around. So, it is of my humble opinion that if I take a boat and go to Venezuela and bring in people to Trinidad illegally, that is human trafficking.
Yes.
And that is a very, very serious offense.
Yes.
So what other intelligence they're waiting for or on? If you know who the boat owners are, why not arrest them? What other intelligence you're waiting on?
Well said.
So it have me, you know, confused as to what is the game that is going on. The fact is that you know, arrest them, charge them for human trafficking.
Quite right.
And I would like to remind callers, all callers, quite respectfully and humbly, Saeed, that do not use the platform to make certain bad statements about people, and you know, be careful. They have to be careful.
Yes.
I mean, Mr. Barakpo is a man who I admire. I listen to him on Breaking Dawn. I listen to him in your show. He always have a good contribution to make.
Yes, yes.
But I find sometimes he just step out a line, and you see tonight with that remark he make about Camille. You know, Mr. Barakpo, if you're listening, things like that, I admire your contributions, but stay away from things like that. All the best. Have a great evening.
Thank you, my friend. Viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but stay locked on. This is Real Talk.
Get your ad on the show that matters. Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's engaging, entertaining, and straight to the point. Real Talk brings the issues of the day to the people. It's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's local, regional, and international. It's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Get your ad now. Call 1-868-237-3135 or 1-868-339-1670.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali. Consultant and real estate businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Welcome back, viewers. Apparently, we are having some technical problem with Synergy. The digital is given a little audio problem. So, if you want, viewers, tune in to Real Talk with Saieed Ali on Facebook, because we are live on Facebook and YouTube presently. We have a call. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night, Mr. Saeed.
Good night to you, my dear. Go right ahead.
Mr. Saeed, I'm living in Trinidad about 30 years now.
Okay.
And I have my residence about 18 years now.
Okay.
And I applied about 3 years and a half with me and my family for a citizen, and we cannot get through. Until now, we are not getting through. Every time we go to National Security, they say it's in the minister office to sign, and we never got through with the minister. And the venue coming only 2 months now, and they have resident and citizen. And we pay tax, we pay everything in this country.
So 18
So
years.
I don't know if you could help me out with this.
18 years now you are waiting for citizenship and you still haven't received it as yet.
No, I go in about 5 times to National Security. They say it's there by the minister to sign. Every time I go and the minister is not signing it.
Send me a WhatsApp message at 339-1670 with your name and address, and if you want you can send a photo, or you can email us at STVREALTALK@gmail.com with all your information, and I will check it out. Thank you, my friend. Before I go further, today I have received some intel about an individual. You know, when I come into you all, I just bring facts. I just make sure, it's solid. So when you send me a letter and you tell yourself, me have nothing, I could hit your hard in the court. Today I received intel that there is a certain individual walking around with ranks in his back pocket and front pocket and jacket pocket, saying he is untouchable. And he is collecting large sums of money to get firearm users license for individuals. And this intel that I received today, there are people in authority could back up what I am saying. And they are just a phone call away. Our commissioner of police once said that businessmen do not have to pay $30,000, $40,000, and $50,000 to get their firearm user's license. That is an FUL permit to carry a registered firearm. And this individual is beating his chest, walking around, doing people what he wants. But I gotta tell you something. Everything flies high. Come down to drink water. People are afraid to go after this individual because of his position. Because of his position. And he is boasting that he's untouchable. Let me tell you something. I have your name, I have your address, I have your photo, and I even know how much salary you just collect. You are untouchable because of your job. I am telling you that. But when you hear something touch on your shoulder and you spin around and you ain't see nobody, I wonder what authority you have. I want to shout out my good friend, Wrestling Steve, who is also known as Barber Steve today. So to you and your family, my friend, good night. I will say it again. You have authority because of your job. But if something touch on your shoulder and you spin around and you ain't see nobody around you, tell me, what authority do you have? I have your name, I have your address, I have your photo, I know your job, I know your salary. Things like these is what is leading me to open my security company. Things like the intel like these is what is boosting me to open my intelligence unit. And nobody's funding that beside me. So nobody can come and say, Said, you can't do this and you can't do that. Watch me do it. Because, unlike the individual, I walk with power and I walk with authority. So when you're beating up your mouth and you're telling people nobody can interfere with you, be very careful and choose your words wisely. Because 4 individuals went after my son and they used the same statement that you were using. Same statement. They were untouchable. Nobody can't interfere with them. Nobody can do them nothing. They are above the law. And they made an attempt to kidnap my son. Today I can gladly say 3 of them are blind and 1 is dead. TTPS shoot 1 of them, and 3 of them are blind, sitting down in their hole. You know why? They made the same statement you made. Caller, good night.
Good night, Zaid.
Go right ahead,
that
my friend.
That woman, she sung like Guyanese. And let me tell you something. Remember when Basil Pandey was something in the government, and he had to pass these things, and they send a whole set of names, and they leave out the Indian person name. And when he sent it back, he said, I just read. Why it says they didn't sign off this one. When he sent it back, they said, no, sir, we made a mistake. All because the person was an Indian. That's why they didn't want to give them citizenship. Ask Basil Pandey about that incident, and he will tell you.
Thank you, my friend. David Adams. Guys, put this picture up. Mr. David Adams, there is a lot I can say about you. with facts and paperwork before me. But I just want to tell you, get in contact with me and pay your bill. Because there's a lot more I can see. And if your lawyer decides to do like the previous lawyer and send pre-action protocol and send defamation of character, I will forward every single piece of document I have to your lawyer. So be careful. Because when I reach the courthouse, it will be a different story. Community business are very serious. Are very, very serious. Caller, good night. Hello? Next call. Darrell Bissoon, a prisoner who was held at the condemned section of the Port of Spain prison, has sued the state for compensation for an alleged beating he received from the prison guard in 2013. Darrell Bissoon was one of two men who was convicted in 2011 for the murder of 24-year-old construction worker Colin Guys, what was that? De La Rondo? In 2005. He claimed that he was beaten by prison officers while in condemned section of the prison on Frederick Street. Acting Assistant Superintendent of Prison Curtis James, who was the supervisor at the prison, testified yesterday. The claims by Darrell Bissoon, however, James said no force was used towards Mr. Bissoon. Curtis James said that Bissoon was trying to get the attention of the then Commissioner of Prison. When he was ignored, he said Bissoon cursed Stewart, who merely instructed that he should be put in a different cell where he was allegedly beaten. Caller, good night.
Good night again, Farid.
Go right ahead, my friend.
I want to correct that caller who called and say, I'm not from Pina, my brother. I'm from Bank Village.
Okay.
And let me tell you something. Sometimes when we hit the nail on the head with some people, sometimes we have no other choice. And the point I wanted to make is that when people want to cast aspersion and cast pampers to other people, they have glass window. True. And I said, the kind of person coming up and rages and them is. And I said, I'm talking about Pandy and them a little bit. Pandy is the same fella that had a problem with declaring an asset. He daughter told him and say the UNC people, some of them ain't declare the assets and so forth. While the PNM ministers and them, none of them declare the assets. You understand? And turn on and say that the UNC people, but she father went and sit down in a jail because I take the same declare asset and a certain amount of money in a London banking account. You understand? So them people who want to cast aspersion, they must understand the fact that they are the same people that breaking the law. They are the same people that doing them shippiness. You understand? Today we have the same problem, and the problem comes on the arrival over. Look at the rain going to start right now. The rain on the edge of this country. And if you see the water area, you can clog up. You have council and them sitting down in the ivory towers and them, and they want to go out and look to do nothing for the people then. You understand? And this thing is that we have to stand up for. We have to stand up for the people. This country had to get saved because we have ministers and we have government people.
Hello, you there? Thank you, my friend. Minister in the Ministry of National Security and Lavantil West MP Fitzgerald Hines, alongside the Works and Transport Minister Rohan Sinanan, visited the Beetham area today to oversee the cleaning of a main drain at Phase 3 Beetham Garden today. Lavantil West MP Fitzgerald Hines said that they went to the area to ensure that the residents are not flooded once again. He said that he worked quickly when he was informed about the state of the drain.
We came here with a very noble purpose, that is to desil the drains to ensure that my constituents are not flooded out. The reports I've had from my own constituents living in this area, they, using layman's sense and their own experiences, identified certain drains that they believe, once kept clean, would prevent the buildup of water on the Beetham as has happened in the past. As a result of their calls, Mr. Westfield and others, I then spoke to my colleague who is responsible for drainage in the country, and he promptly reacted to my request, and here we are again.
Works and Transport Minister Rohan Sinanan said that the project should be completed in a matter of weeks.
This year, we attempted a very ambitious target of 350 desilting projects. So far, we are on course to complete that by the end of July, which is a big difference to what happened in the past. In the past, you probably might attempt 150 projects, and in the rainy season, you would have still be cleaning a lot of the major water courses. We have gone past that.
Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead, sir.
Yeah, I'm calling to avoid discussion. It how the people on the UNC side will say that the PNM, the Prime Minister, John, they don't know what they're doing. And then you'll find the people on the PNM side saying the UNC is thief and all this other thing.
It's it for
but
tatting.
we as the people, we have the power.
Yes.
And let's say there are 5 parties going up for election. You and 5 people in each area. You got to sing in all 41 seats. We as the people have to rise to the occasion and vote for the one who can produce for our section, our community.
Performance.
And vote for that one and force them into a coalition that could really run the country, because it will have good, it will have bad, but out of all, and we could form the proper government that Trinidad needs. We don't have to be UNC, PNM, this or that. We have to be for the country, and if we care about the country, the voters need to pick the best candidate that is suited and vote for that one. And we could be on the road of a difference. And that is what is needed. My second point is that Rohan Sena is talking about river and so on. Bamboo number 2 was flooded out. The river bank was flooded with, and after today, they make a quick fix. And this rain season, if we have weather like that, it will reoccur again. The wrong thing is being done. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, my friend. Today, my crew spoke to Mr. Alan Sami, who is the chairman of the Debe Penal Regional Corporation, about an issue that was aired yesterday concerning no payments for contractors contracted to distribute water to residents in the area. Mr. Allen told my crew that he was aware that contractors were not paid and that they were awaiting money from the government in order to pay outstanding fees.
Many contractors for many services delivered to Penal Debe have not been paid simply because we have not received the allocation from the ministry. So we are short by maybe $20 million in respect of what was allocated to us. Money is allocated to us earlier in the year, and I'm talking about the budget allocation. So we therefore deficient in a number of areas. We can't buy material, for example, to patch potholes, and including people who would have delivered things already, for example, water, people who had given us paper, ink, a range of services. So there are a lot of outstanding monies owed, as a result of which we have put a freeze on all kinds of services within Penal Levy. And it included the water truckers, and they are quite right. They work for their money and they deserve to be paid. And they are quite right to agitate. But we have done it based on the need at the time, of course, was the height of the dry season. Secondly, on the system that was in place historically, that is to say, we would contract trucks, we deliver water, there's a program of works then. And yet they have not been paid. If they have been paid, it's partially paid. And we are awaiting this rest of the money from the state to pay.
That was the voice of Alan Sami. Tomorrow night, I will get in touch with the senior superintendent of the Princeton Regional Corporation to find out if the water people with water trucks in the Princeton area who were contracted by the regional corporation. Tomorrow I will find out if there are contractors who have not received their funds. Tomorrow I will do that, and we will bring you an update concerning the water distribution in the Princeton area. I want to say thanks to the councillor and acting mayor of Shogunas, Mr. Faik Mohammed, for spraying Tahadil Street, Cassis Street today because of the mosquito infection. In the Shogunas area, there have been an infestation of mosquitoes. And I would like to congratulate and thank Mr. Faik for coming out with members of his crew to spray the area. So to Mr. Faik, thank you, my friend. The San Fernando police are investigating a report of a robbery in which a Form 1 student of St. Madeleine Secondary School was beaten and robbed. The 15-year-old boy told police that he was walking along Coffee Street, San Fernando around 2:30 p.m. on Tuesday when he was confronted by a man. The man announced a holdup and proceeded to assault the teenager while demanding his cell phone. The man hit the schoolboy several times about his body before grabbing his cell phone and fleeing from the scene. Police are investigating the matter. Now, viewers, we as a people in Trinidad, we are seeing what is taking place in Trinidad. We are understanding what is taking place in Trinidad. We are acknowledging and seeing what is taking place in Trinidad. We need to come together as a citizen, as a nation, to stand up. What are we standing up for? Cost of living. Better health in our health sectors. Standing up for education. Better education system. Better schools. Security of our jobs. We need to come together for that. To secure our borders. To see police on the streets. To see a lot more patrols. Because if we go to fight and fight down one another like ourselves, we wouldn't reach anywhere. And I am telling you that. Kola, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead, my friend.
That little clip you saw, you showed there just now with Fitzgerald Hines in his constituency. What you noticed there, Mr. Ali? What you noticed that is strange.
You be the judge, my friend.
an MP visiting a constituent and you have to walk with police. See the police vehicle in the back. Watch in the back of them when they're talking, when Sinanan was talking, you go see the police and them in the back. So he had gone there and say constituents call him and that. I don't know if he's telling true what he's talking about. You can't trust this fella. You know what I was expecting you to say since yesterday? And the law part of this thing, what they do to Mr. Muninal in Parliament. Because he was saying, according to the law, they're supposed to suspend him, not Muslim. I would like, not Muslim. I would like to hear your opinion, Mr. Ali. Thank you and have a good night.
Thank you, my friend. Now, in the House, they have Parliament privilege. But if the Speaker arise and say to apologize to the House, you as a minister, or as a senator, or as a backbench minister, or whatever your position is, if she arise and say to apologize, which means you have to apologize. Because there is a code and a conduct in Parliament. Call a good night.
Mr. Ali, I'm glad I get in. I see Mr. Hines and Johansson and going to clean the drain in the Bitam. What about the Hines? If Freddie get another nasty bath again, why don't they come and clean the river in Santa Cruz? Sit in power and never clean the river in Santa Cruz, and people have big flooding out down here, and they will come and clean it. But if Freddie get another stinking bath again, or what?
Thank you, my friend. This is where you get real talk. This is where we highlight the issues on a daily basis. This is where I give you, the viewers, the opportunity. This is where you made number one. Real talk. You made us number one. Because I gave you the opportunity. I created the platform for you. And tonight I want to say thanks to you, the viewers of Real Talk, for making us number one in Trinidad and Tobago. Viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but remember it's Fire Friday tomorrow. Get your friends and your family ready to shout out who you have to shout out. Call in, voice your concern, whatever the case may be. A rerun of this program is at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Viewers, be safe and enjoy your night.